We shall next discuss couple of variants of graphs. We define something called simple graph. It is a graph with no self loops and parallel edges. See, in strict sense, if you see, suppose the vertex set is 1, 2, 3, 4, I can define edges like this and something like this. The edge from 4 to 4 is called a self loop. This one, these set of edges, they are called parallel edges. So one can have multiple edges between the same pair of vertices. If we define graph in strict sense, yes, it's possible. Although I defined it as the edges are subset of the cross product V of G cross V of G, that will not bring this into consideration. But when you look at the graph as such, you are allowed to have both parallel edges and self loops. Self loop is taken care of as part of the definition. So the cross product V of G cross V of G permits self loop, but V of G cross V of G is a set, so it will not allow you to have 1 comma 2 many times. Okay, so but if you look at graph as such without bringing the underlying relation, yes, one can have parallel edges. In the context of undirected graphs, you can have edges of this type 1, 2, and self loop is something like this. So this is a self loop and these are all parallel edges. Now when I say a graph is a simple graph, we will not have edges of this type, edges of this type, edges of this type and edges of this type. So it is a graph with no parallel edges and no self loops. Fine. So which means the graph that we work with will appear something like this. So 1, 2, 2, there will not be any parallel edges. So 3, 4 will be like this, and maybe 1, 3 will be like this. And in the context of undirected graphs, if you see, maybe a graph will be like this. We will not have a parallel edge to parallel to 1, 2. Similarly, there will not be a self loop at 3, there will not be a self loop at 2, and so on. Now, this is also a relation. We will see how many different simple graphs are possible, both in the context of directed and undirected graphs. We shall next discuss how many different number of different simple directed graphs are there. So simple, there are no self loops and parallel edges. The moment you bring in relations with respect to cross product, naturally parallel edges are removed. And the other part is we should not have self loops at any of these nodes. So I should not have 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. So what is that? So that is equivalent to counting. This is equivalent to counting number of irreflexive binary relations. Correct? So each binary relation corresponds to a directed graph, which we have seen just now. And now you are not permitting 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 and so on, which means all diagonal entries are forbidden. That's precisely number of irreflexive binary relations. So that number is 2 power n square minus n. So number of different simple directed graphs is precisely this. So on the similar line, if we count number of different simple undirected graphs now undirected graphs we know they are symmetric in nature and the definition will not bring parallel edges. Now because of simplicity we are also dropping self loops, which means what we are counting is equivalent to counting irreflexive symmetric relations. So it is irreflexive, so diagonal entries are forbidden, so all of this is forbidden. It is symmetric, so if you take a subset from here, its counterpart is included by default. So which means this count is precisely 2 power n square minus n by 2. So number of irreflexive symmetric relations is leave the diagonal part and lower diagonal part is n square minus n by 2. You take any subset, its counterpart is also included. So number of different simple undirected graphs is precisely this number. So what we have seen so far is the graphical representation of a set which we have seen in the context of relations as a binary relation. So graphs are precisely a binary relation, or they represent a binary relation, and you can bring in directions, meaning 1 to 2 there is a directed arc and 1 to 4 there is a directed arc. One can also drop the directions, in which case you get an undirected graph. And although we drop directions, but it implicitly means if there is an undirected edge from A to B, which means there is a directed edge from A to B and also a directed edge from B to A. So in some sense you see that undirected graphs are special case of directed graphs. Then we brought in the first variant, something called simple graphs, which do not permit parallel edges and self loops. Then we looked at counting of how many different directed graphs are there, simple undirected graphs are there, simple directed graphs are there, and so on. Now we shall bring in a couple of more properties, and subsequently we see how exactly it is applied when we model computational problems. So we shall now focus on undirected graphs. With respect to undirected graphs, let me define a couple of definitions, properties, and so on. Similar thing one can define for directed graphs as well. So we define neighborhood of a vertex. So neighborhood of vertex V denoted as n with respect to the underlying graph. So neighborhood of V. So n suffix g of V, it is a set. It consists of all u's such that v comma u belonging to the edge set. For example, suppose my v of g is say 1, 2, 3, 4 and my e of g consists of 1, 2 and say 2, 3 and say 1, 4. So which means the underlying graph is 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 1 to 4. So 1, 2 undirected edge, 2, 3 undirected edge, 1, 4 undirected edge. Now we can define neighborhood for any v. Neighborhood of 1 is all those vertices which are adjacent. So all those u such that vu is in E of g. So now 2 such that you see 1, 2 is present. So it is a set of vertices. So 2 is present, and you see that 4 is also adjacent. So neighborhood of 1 is 2, 4. All those vertices which are adjacent to this. Neighborhood of 3, if you see, it is all those u such that VU belonging to this, it's a set, so you can see it as VU or UV. And so neighborhood of V is 2, and neighborhood of 2 is 1 comma 3, and neighborhood of 4 is 1. So precisely it tells you who are all the neighbors of this. Neighbors of 2 are 1 and 3. All those vertices which are adjacent to this, and the neighbors of this is it is just 1. Then we define something called degree of a vertex. So degree of a vertex V belonging to V of G. This we denote it as dg of V. This is cardinality of the neighborhood of V, which means cardinality meaning what? How many neighbors are there for 1, and number of edges incident on 1. That will precisely tell you to how many vertices this vertex is adjacent to. So this one is 2, and degree of 3 it is adjacent to exactly 1, so it is 1, and degree of 2 is it is adjacent to 2 of them, cardinality of this is 2, and degree of 4 is 1. So given an undirected graph, you can talk about neighborhood of a vertex, subsequently you can talk about degree. Then we define something called degree sequence. Degree sequence is defined for a graph. So degree sequence of a graph G, which we denote it as d of G, it's a vector. So the first entry is d1 of G, which means it is a degree of the first vertex. Second one entry is the degree of the second vertex. So on up to the last entry is degree of nth vertex of this. So degree of the above graph is degree of first vertex, second vertex, third vertex, and this. So now it's clear, if a graph G is given, which implies that d of G exists. It's a vector and representing integers, representing positive integers, and each entry represents the degree of its corresponding vertex. So now the interesting question is, if G is given, one can get this vector. Now I am giving you some vector, something like this, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Now the question is, we are asking, does there exist a graph G such that d of G is precisely this sequence 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. In other words, what sort of sequences are graphic? Graphic, I mean, there exists a graph whose degree sequence is precisely this. So now we are given some arbitrary vector. Now we wish to know, does there exist a graph corresponding to this degree sequence, which is an interesting thing to look at it, which we shall discuss next.